Hey everyone, Matt here, Home Farm Ideas. And today, as I was in my garden and I was looking around, and I was setting up another video that I'm going to be releasing soon about Dutch buckets. Dun dun dun. I noticed in some of my old the wood that I had for my grow beds that I had before, I found a bunch of termites, and so I watched this channel, and I'm sure maybe some of hey, what's up? I'm sure that some of you have watched Ants Canada's channel. If you haven't, go check out that guy's channel, Ants Canada. He basically keeps ants, and he came up with all these different ways to keep the ants and stuff like that. And when I was a kid, I always wanted to have ants and stuff like that, like colonies and stuff like that, because you're kind of watching how they basically grow and all that stuff. You're kind of like their overlord. So, anyways, I found this piece of wood in my garden, and let me show you guys. Yes, please do that. Sorry about the interruption. So, let me show you guys if this will flip around. Talking about here. So see that? Of course, when I get my macro lens, this is going to be a lot more interesting. But yeah, this is termites, and I'm sure there's a queen in there somewhere. See, these are different ones here. You got these longer ones like that. I don't know if those are queens. I don't think so though, because it looks like they're trying to grow wings, which means I think they're drones of some kind, like males basically. And then you got this kind right here, and that one, it doesn't have like huge jaws, but there's these other ones that have like almost like a yellow jaw or a big like brown jaw, and their jaws are like massive. So what I'm thinking is I'm thinking maybe take this piece of wood, find out generally where the queen is if I can, and then cut that piece, or try to draw them out somehow. I saw some people using cardboard tubes, and they put it on there, and then they put some sort of attractant inside the tubes, and that had them move all out into that tube. So I'm thinking maybe I should try to capture this colony and try and grow them. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it'd be fun to have a colony. Oh, I think one of those jaw ones are there. Hold on. Very good because of my stupid camera. Smoke works, yes. Smoke works to get them out. See that one right there? So it looks like a huge jaw in that guy. This guy right here. Pretty neat. I don't know. What do you guys think? Obviously, this will probably go on my science channel, youtube.com/home science ideas, but I was trying to share it with the masses, basically. And I'm wondering where the queen would be. I think it would be a good idea, but it's kind of a repellent. It'll get them out of the wood, but I'm trying to get them to willingly come out without watching them, you know what I mean? Are you going to make... Oh, stupid thing, I can't see when people post anything here. Let me see, how do I read comments on here? This is live, right? Let me see. Do you hold it down? What do you do? Post your comment again. What'd you say? Because I want to... Hey, what's up? This is live. Yes, this is live. So I'm just looking at termites. You guys can rewind too if you want to go back. Are you going to make them pets? Yes, that's the idea. So I started out with this video, and I kind of talked about Ants Canada's channel. I don't know if you guys have seen his channel, but it's a really cool channel. He basically keeps ants and stuff, and he built like these things to keep his ant colonies in, and he sells them and stuff like that. But I was thinking about keeping termites in them. So, but of course I'd have to read up on everything that you need to know about termites. Like, why are there different ones? What's their purposes? What kind of habitat do they need? What kind of moisture? If it's not like crazy hard to keep them, then yeah, I don't see why not. Why not have a colony? It'd be fun. And these are actually a lot bigger than some of the ants I've seen. So I'm thinking, you know, yeah, keep some termite colonies and just keep them in the wood. And I found a bunch of areas where they were kind of congregating and stuff. I just don't see them anymore. But over here is where I found a bunch of them. There's like a hole right there, and they're trying to block it. I don't know why this thing doesn't have a zoom. Let's see if I can hold it still so you guys can see this. See, there's different kinds too. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I try and keep these things as pets? So anyway, thought I'd share that with you guys real quick. I definitely got more stuff going on, obviously, gardening. So I'll just give you a little sneak peek at what I'm doing, because you guys are hanging out with me today, live. So let me spin this around. I'm not going to talk about it too much, though, because I want you guys to get excited, right? So hold on, let me turn this around. So I set up, as you guys know, I have the aquaponic system going. And I set up a drain. See that? Goes all the way to my sump tank over there. I'm thinking Dutch buckets. Okay? And the reason I'm thinking Dutch buckets is because I want to... Sorry, my chicken's like chasing bugs around me. The reason why I'm thinking that is because root systems. Root systems on certain plants, they get huge. They get too massive. And you guys know I'm growing shallots and onions and carrots and stuff over there. But I want to grow tomatoes and a bunch of different stuff. And so basically what I'm thinking is I can put Dutch buckets together, right? And then plant my larger crops, so my tomatoes and peppers. So that's what I'm thinking over there. So my zip grow towers are doing good. And I finally got these things leveled off, and now I am working on the drainage to get these massive grow beds going. And I already got the water inlet styling right there. Comes from the sump tank over here. And let's walk around it. If you guys have any questions, obviously post it. But yeah, these things are good. I just need to get them running. Got the water running to them. I just need to do the drainage. Got my celery. Ever since I got that pH done and lined up, everything's taken off. What will you plant in those grow beds? That's a good question, because I was just telling my wife today, I was like, yeah, maybe I'm doing overkill over here, right? I mean, that's kind of what I do, though. I build a bunch of big stuff, and then I don't utilize it very good. I am thinking of this. So I eat a lot of carrots. I eat a lot of onions and celery. And so what I'm thinking is I'm going to plant... No, why would I want to kill them? I'm thinking about planting carrots and onions once a year. And onions usually take a pretty long time to mature, right? And pull out. So I'm thinking plant up a bunch of onions, bunch of carrots. I'm also thinking of this. The plants are growing really... Yes, they are. Is your house facing the sun? Yes. And it really comes in handy, because basically the sun comes right here all the way over, okay? And so I get plenty of sun. Purple carrots, I got dragon carrots actually. Me too, I love growing onions, and they taste really good and they keep really good. So there is a red dragon carrot right there. Careful, don't get too close. That thing, it'll snap on you. So wait, what was I saying? Okay, so the grow beds. Oh yeah, so I'm thinking about growing onions and carrots and stuff that I can really keep. But then I'm also thinking about actually doing farmers markets. basically just doing heads of lettuce and cabbages and stuff like that, and just seeing if I can make a little bit of extra money. I do own a business, but I'm trying to get my sweetheart a car right now, and she's had this one car ever since my son was born, and he's 14 now, and we got it a day before my son was born. And so I'd really like to see if I can get her a car. She's not a complainer, so, and I feel bad. I really need to do something. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I have time to do that. Might as well do that. We already run a business. You should live stream more often. I really wish I could, man. It's just it's work. I'm always working. So, but you know what? I might do it. I might just stop in and say hi, because I'd like to just kind of walk with you guys through everything and talk about everything. So, anyway, these are my strawberries, and I'm telling you, when I got the pH dialed in on these aquaponic system, that is where the growth really started happening. These are leeks, so I have leeks in my system, right? But I like it because I'm going to have a few ways to do things here. I never knew there were different kinds of carrots. I wonder how many there are. Perhaps you know. No, I don't know, but I'll tell you this much. The grocery stores, they provide you with what looks good, okay? They don't. Fresh strawberries are the best things on earth. Yes, they are, and they're really good from aquaponic systems. I have to say that. Yeah, a lot of times from the grocery store, you're going to get stuff that the grocery stores have basically put in our minds that's the perfect carrot, the perfect tomato. There's tons of different varieties of tomatoes. There's tons of different varieties of carrots, onions, bell peppers, you name it. There's just lots and lots and lots of different varieties. And so you want to try to go to specialty stores like Armstrong. They sell a lot of these specialty herbs and all kinds of different stuff. There's like chocolate mint. There's all kinds of these different kinds of mints too. And so the diversity is going away because of grocery stores. So if you're going to grow your own food, try to go and get specialty seeds. Try different things. Do you have a Q&A site? Do you sell your plants or cook them? I don't have a Q&A on my site. Is that what you asked me? And then, yeah, I cook and I sell the stuff. So, believe it or not, I was actually selling aquatic plants. So last year I sold a bunch of different aquatic plants, and I just grew most of them here. And it's because I have that other fish tank channel. I don't know if you guys have seen that, the youtube.com/the fish tank. Okay, just all one word like that. You guys subscribe to that channel, because I'm going to be doing updates on this system, because I'm kind of blending the two. So I have fancy goldfish in there that I'm going to try to be breeding, actually. And so everything I do, I kind of try to make money off of it for my household, but then it pays for the hobby. So the YouTube money that I make actually pays for all the hobby stuff that I do. So everything out here, really, this was all paid for by Home Farm Ideas. Thank you, Emma. Emma. I didn't see it. So all this was paid for by that, all the lumber and everything. You should try to grow some pineapple. Okay, heirloom. Yeah. I never. Okay, yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. So you got just tons of different varieties that you can grow. My favorite tomato is actually zebra tomato. What is your favorite vegetable or fruit to grow? That's a pretty loaded question. Well, I think I kind of just answered that. My favorite tomato is zebra tomatoes. They are so good. About many plants and vegetables are you growing right now? Not that many, actually. Anyway, my favorite vegetable is actually the tomato. I really like the tomato because it just goes good in everything. But zebra tomatoes are my very favorite tomato, but I don't like them dehydrated. If you started going to farmers markets to sell, where would you sell? I would like to pick up some from a professional. Dude, I'm a backyard gardener, bro. I'm not no professional. But it would be around my neighborhood. So, I mean, I live in Huntington Beach, so wherever I would go, I don't know. What is the fish tank place? What do you mean, what is the fish tank place? Where I get the fish tank, or I don't understand the question. So, zebra tomatoes are my favorite. I love strawberries. I love onions cooked. My wife likes them raw. I like them cooked, and I love carrots. And I don't know. I mean, fruit's probably my favorite. I don't really like vegetables, to be honest with you, but I mean, I like seasoning vegetables, I guess you could say. So I do like catnip. YouTube, you just monetized. YouTube, I just monetized. Oh, you mean my fish tank channel? That's youtube.com/the fish tank. So I'm growing catnip for my Kiki, and I already did 2 videos on this, I think. Thoughts on cannabis cultivation for those of us in legal states, of course. Cannabis cultivation. Well, that's kind of a hard one for me. I have a niece that has cerebral palsy, and to me, I really think that it could help her. But unfortunately, I'm not a big advocate on smoking weed just to get high. Now, people, they want to do it. It's legal. I'm all good with that. But I don't really, I mean, it's just like growing any plant, really. I mean, I've grown cherry tomatoes, plant. Post that one more time, please. It went too fast. Cannabis, I'm just not a big advocate of it, but I'm not against it either. I'm more against alcohol than I am of marijuana. But if it doesn't have THC in it, then I'm good with that. I think for my niece, she needs it. So, but that's something that's private, so I'll leave it at that. So, my thoughts on, if it's legal, then go ahead. If it's not legal, then don't be doing it. So, and don't use it to get high. Another reason why I don't do it is because I'm a Christian, and so the Bible says be soberly minded. And so for me, even when I drink, because I do drink, but when I drink, I don't get drunk. Appreciate your response. No problem. I've grown cherry tomatoes, but when I picked them, the plant died. Do you know why? When you picked the tomatoes, the plant died? That's kind of odd. What were the symptoms? Like what was the plant actually doing? What happened to it? Like, did it start turning yellow or any of that stuff? You know what? A thing that will really help you guys, I don't know if you guys are on Facebook, but I do have a group on there that has like 15,000 members. It is facebook.com/groups, all lowercase, /home farm ideas. Okay? So go over there and join the group, and I'll let you in. It's a private group too, so, but yeah, you can ask those questions there, and a lot of people will jump in on it. So I would be curious to see what the symptoms were of your tomatoes, though. So so yeah. Any other questions? This is actually pretty fun, actually. So I do have all these carrots that are just taking off. I haven't seen these. These are yellow carrots. I just don't know whether it yellowed and shriveled. It was getting perfect water and perfect sunlight. It yellowed. Did it yellow at the tips? Or where did the yellowing start? Did it start like in the middle of the plant? Like if you were looking at it here, did the yellowing start on new growth? Or did it start on the older leaves? It's a hard question to ask. Make sure you join that group because it's a hard question to answer, I should say. Are your plants heirloom or hybrids? My plants are heirloom. So, but not all of them. Some of them are hybrid. Is this your first live stream? Are you planning on doing more in the future? I think that's what you said. Yes, I'm going to be doing more now that I'm getting all these responses from you guys. And no, this is not my first one, but I like it. At the new leaves. Okay. So at the new leaves, I don't know if I'm thinking about this right. What was the weather like? Was it still summer? I mean, was it still right around, because you were harvesting probably in summertime. Needs some nitrogen maybe. Yeah, it could be that. It could be that you might need nitrogen in it. But I'd almost really need to see it too, because it could just be so many different things, Midsummer? Huh. What state you living in? Let me know that. What state are you living in? California. Huh. Yeah, it might be a nitrogen deficiency because what could happen is that your tomatoes, as they were growing, once the tomatoes come into play, they really start sucking that nitrogen up from the soil. So a lot of the time, right when you start getting an onset of flowers, you want to basically pinch, or not pinch, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, you want to pinch all the suckers. I did make a video on that. You guys can go to the main part of my channel and type up tomato care or tomatoes. But you probably, your tomatoes probably just sucked up all the nitrogen, and then right when you picked them, the plant was like, that's all I had, you know. But I doubt it, though. I mean, I'd have to see. I'd need to know more, but it sounds logical. Do you do any fishing? I used to do fishing all the time, and then I had kids. And, you know, my kids were into it for a little while, but my son, after a little while, and my daughter, my son, more or less, he didn't want to do it anymore. Does rhubarb grow well in aquaponics? I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it would. Thank you so much. Can you plant tomatoes and then just keep going forever? It depends on your climate. So if you have a cold climate, sorry, I got like messages popping up, so it's hard to answer all these, you guys. So if I don't get to it, sorry. But what was that last question about the tomatoes? See, I wish I could go back and read what you guys are saying. Let me try to turn it this way. I'm sorry if this is screwing this up, you guys. Rotate device. Rotate. Oh, wait. Let me try it this way. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. How do I read the comments? Thank you so much. Or do you need to reseed? No, you can continue growing tomatoes. It really depends on your climate. If your climate allows you to keep tomato plants or pepper plants growing year round, then that's fine. You can bring in the tomato plant and you can let it survive over winter that way. But generally speaking, it's easier to start from seed. This pepper plant, for instance, okay? So, but keep in mind, I didn't have my what do you call it? My pH right for a little while. But this plant right here, it basically, this is a jalapeno plant, and it is like, I think like 3 or 4 years old. So, and I just keep cutting it down, and you can tell because these stalks are just really old, and all the green stuff is the new stuff. But I had a pH deficiency in my system, which made it have a iron deficiency, and so there you go. I mean, it's not doing good, but it will take off. It's just, you got new shoots coming in right now. I don't know if you guys can see this with this camera, but anyway. Got to go. Thanks for responding. No problem. Anytime. Come back all the time. And yeah, I'm going to do more of these. So I got to figure out how to read everybody's comments, though, because if I can go back and I can look at them, then that would be a lot easier. I just don't know if I'm doing it wrong here. Let me push some of these buttons to see. No, I don't want to mute the... how can I do this setup in cold climate? You can do it in cold climates. People do it, but they do it in greenhouses. And generally speaking, you're going to have cold water fish. So you can do trout, or you can do crappie, you know, or you can do goldfish. You can go back to read the comments. How do I do that? How do I go back? Okay, the same tomato problem happened with my jalapenos. It could be a nitrogen deficiency. At the time that these things are happening, I really need to see the plant in order to really tell you, because I'm not that professional about it. Like I got people in that group though on Facebook that really know what they're doing. Let me type out some of the things here, if it lets me.